East African Regional Grouping IGAD has agreed to create a trust fund for the reconstruction of Somalia. This follows a special summit of heads of state on Somali refugees held in Kenya. The money, the amount of which the leaders did not specify, will be used for the construction of basic facilities inside Somalia that will make the country habitable for Somali refugees returning from neighbouring countries. The Intergovernmental Authority and Development, IGAD, consists of Somalia's neighbours, Kenya, Uganda, Djibouti, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Sudan and Eritrea. Kimani reports.
25 years since the first refugees set foot at the Dadaab refugee camp in Kenya, Somalia's neighbours met in Nairobi to seek a lasting solution to the Somali refugee crisis. Kenya has said it will close the camp by the end of May this year. Reason?
Dadaab has become a protracted situation characterized by hopelessness that easily feeds environmental destruction, conflicts between refugees and host communities, insecurity, radicalization, criminality, and also allows terrorist operatives to exploit it for their operational efforts.
More than 20 years of war have left the country battered, but regional leaders are hinging their hopes of a stable Somalia on the election of Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed as the country's new president.
I propose the establishment of a trust fund for the reconstruction of Somalia under the auspices of IGAD. Such a fund would mobilize the resources for the provision of adequate housing, educational facilities, healthcare centers, and livelihood activities, amongst others. And I urge the international community to join us in this initiative.
We want the refugees to go back and help to ensure that their country they can come back to normalcy.
Donor fatigue and the lack of commitment by international community to help Somalia's neighbours shoulder the refugee burden came into focus.
Countries that host large refugee numbers and shoulder the responsibility on behalf of the international community need enhanced international support and solidarity to reduce the burden on overstretched systems and resources.
But even as Kenya insists that it will be closing the Dadaab refugee camp and indeed her borders to Somali refugees, it finds herself in a catch-22 situation. Somalia is facing a drought that could turn into a famine, and in effect there would definitely be a migration out of the country into the neighbours, including Kenya.
I'm confident that you will continue to honor the institution of asylum as enshrined in the international humanitarian conventions and maintain our people in safety and dignity in the best tradition of African hospitality.
That election and the presence of more than 20,000 African Union troops that are battling the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab militants have made leaders have renewed hope that Somalia can indeed be stable. Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.